Alright, welcome back to More Ignorance in Basketball. Now, I actually just got a text from YouTube. Yes, we have a text message relationship. It's not a big deal, but people talk about it. So, they wanted me to tell you guys that if you like this video and subscribe to the channel, you will become ambidextrous. So, if you ever wanted to become ambidextrous, you're tired of only being able to use one hand really well, now is your chance. Free of charge. But let's get into the video. Fair warning, this is going to be a lot more ignorance than basketball because there's not a lot to talk about, but let's talk about what I can. So, a little about me, okay, in case you don't know. I'm a big Chris Paul fan, and I have been for a long time. I'll make a video about that eventually. It's going to be painful to make, so I've been putting it off. But as you can imagine, having the rise of Steph Curry and the downfall of Chris Paul are simultaneous. I actually remember there was like a State Farm commercial where Chris Paul was like going down an elevator and Steph Curry was going up. And this is before Steph Curry won the championship and was as big as he is now. And I remember Jalen Smith was like, like you don't want to fucking put that shit out in the air. And then the next year, I feel like that's when Steph Curry blew the fuck up and won the championship and got all the dick riders and all that stuff. And to be totally honest, I don't fucking like Steph Curry. I mean, how could I? This guy was like my childhood hero. And then there was just some fucking dickhead in San Francisco just busting his ass and winning championships, and I was like, damn, this shit is hard to watch. It was like he was beating up that's like if Batman was real and then you just watch somebody beat the shit out of Batman all the time. Are you gonna like that guy? No, you're not. You're not. That's what it felt like as a kid watching Steph Curry become who he is now. So it felt good to watch him fail. And I know that's not healthy. If I had a therapist here, she would say that that's not good. And she'd probably be right. But fuck that, because this is sports. And it felt good. It felt good to watch him just fucking look humiliated. His braids look stupid. I think we can all agree on that. They look stupid. And you're too old for that. Alright? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put it out there. You're like 32. Get a fucking regular haircut. If I had a friend who was 32 and his hair looked like that, I would block him because you look ridiculous. And hair will be, a theme throughout this show, especially this episode. Like I said, it's going to be a lot more ignorance. Let's get into some of the stats. So I was actually watching the game and I was surprised. I thought Steph had more points than he did, but he only had 20. He did have 10 assists, though, which is rare for him. He's not a huge assist guy. So shout out to that, I guess. But it says that you lost by 26. But in reality, you lost by 40. Which, again, makes me feel all fuzzy inside. I love that they lost. I love that I'm an unhealthy person. I'm sorry. I love that when I'm looking at the score, it says 0-1 because they have no wins, and that makes me feel good. But I just got to give some credit to Kevin Durant and Kyrie because they came out and they were not fucking around at all. KD looked great, especially in like that first quarter. It looked like he just couldn't fucking miss. LeVert balled out. KD had 22 points in 25 minutes. Kyrie had 26 points in 25 minutes. Goddamn. Everybody looked good. This team is deep as hell. They move the ball really well. Their defense was good. I was like, fuck, this team is good as shit. I saw fucking DeAndre Jordan wasn't doing shit. I saw this man just missing dunks, missing layups. I'm like, golly, this reminds me of the Clipper days. I remember there would be playoff games where this guy would just be missing dunks. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you 4 years old? Like, you have one job. Do it. Fuck. So it felt good to see another team having to deal with that, but they have Kevin Durant, so it didn't really fucking matter. But yeah, the Nets are good as fuck. Like, everyone who was like, oh, KD and Kyrie aren't going to get along. They both need the ball. Like, no, I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. I think they're going to be really fucking good. And they're probably going to make the finals if they can both stay healthy. The Warriors, are they going to make the playoffs? I hope not, because it would just be another thing that Chris Paul can do that Steph Curry can't do. I will say one thing in Steph's defense. Who the fuck is on his team? I don't know who any of these people are. Let's go through the list. Michael Mulder? Who the fuck is that? Kent Bazemore, I know. Brad Wanamaker? I've heard the name, but like, who is that? I don't know who that is. Kelly Oubre, I know. Jordan Poole, who the fuck is that? Juan Toscano Anderson, who is that? These are a bunch of goddamn nobodies. I don't know who these people are. And another thing, I just want to throw it out there. When the Warriors were winning all those goddamn championships and their fucking GM was all cocky and talking about how they're so much smarter than everybody and how they're fucking playing chess and everyone's playing checkers. Where's the chess now, bitch? Because I'm looking at your roster and I'm seeing a bunch of goddamn street ballers on your fucking team. So, fuck you. And I'm glad you're feeling a little bit of pain. Now, again, I know this isn't healthy and it's a little bit psychotic, but this is the truth. This is what sports is. It's barbaric. So, fuck the Warriors, and I'm glad that they're failing. And I don't want them to make the playoffs because I'm tired of them. I've had them in my goddamn face for the last fucking like 6 years, and I'm sick of them. And just something on these bandwagon fans. Warriors bandwagon fans are disgusting. I think we can all agree on that. And I'm talking to government as we speak about implementing a new rule. This is what I think the rule should be. Once restaurants open up again, I don't know if you're in your state they're closed, but in mine they are. So I'm thinking once they're open, if you're in a state, right, and you see a bandwagon fan, like let's say I live in fucking Utah or something. Let's say I live in Utah and the Lakers just won. So let's say I see someone wearing a LeBron Lakers jersey and they're not from LA. They have to pay for my meal. I think that's a fair rule. I really do. And I know this show is called Basketball and Ignorance and you think I'm joking, but I'm fucking dead serious. I swear to God I believe this. If you see a bandwagon fan and they're not from the state, I'm giving you an out. You can be from the state and it counts. But if you're not from the state, you're a bandwagon, which means you're gross and you have to get taxed. So pay for my meal. You know, I think that's fair. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe we could work on it. I have a meeting with a couple mayors, a couple governors in a couple days. So let me know what you guys think and we can make this happen because bandwagon fans are the worst kind. Teach your kids better too. I see all these fucking kids with Steph Curry jerseys and it's disgusting. It needs to stop. I don't care that he changed the game. I don't care. Grow up. But let's move on because there were 2 games today and the other one was not a blowout. So speaking of the Lakers happened to play the Clippers today. And the Clippers won. Shout out to them. Now, but does it really count? This is so odd because, like, fucking AD and LeBron didn't even play in the final minutes. So, like, who gives a shit? You know, like, does the win even count? I've never even seen that before. It's so weird. It's like it was basically a fucking preseason game. If the stars aren't playing when it matters, does the win count? I mean, it counts, but should it? Not really. Let's go through some stats. AD... 18 points, 7 boards, 2 assists. This is what I noticed in the fourth when AD was playing. Because he played through the fourth, but not all of it. They look fucking lost without LeBron. When LeBron went on the bench, I think like in the third or so. Or it might have been early in the fourth, I don't remember. But they looked fucking confused. Their offense was shitty. I mean, anytime they got the ball to AD, he could score, but it was just like a mid-range shot, so who cares? Like, now you want to fucking... You weren't doing that when you were playing against the damn Suns in fucking preseason. You were in step-back threes like you're James Harden, but now you want to stick to the mid-range. Okay. It's fine. You want to go 7 for 6 against us, but against the fucking... your rival, quote-unquote, you want to just have 18 points. Whatever, bro. It's fine. I get it. I take these personally because, you know, I'm emotional. I'm passionate. Marc Gasol looked old as hell. I'm going to be real. He had 0 points, 1 assist, and 1 board. Goddamn, I could have done that. Put me in an NBA game, I'll get 1 rebound. I'll get one. Come on. I could get a rebound in 12 minutes. It'll probably like be one of those rebounds that like everybody's already gone. And it just, or maybe like I'll pass it to myself. I'll get a stat. I can get a stat. Is that crazy to think that? I'd probably be just so fucking nervous. They'd be like, oh, just looking up at the sky, and they would just take me out of the game. But yeah, he looked old. I think we're starting to see that the letting JaVale McGee go was maybe a mistake. Honestly, I never thought I would say that Marc Gasol for JaVale McGee is a downgrade, but I'm starting to think it's a downgrade. But again, it's the first fucking game of the season, so we'll see, but he did not look great. Kuzma, he just signed a big old fucking extension, 15 points, 27 minutes. That's okay, I guess. And yeah, okay. I will give some credit where credit is due, because Paul George balled out. He had 33 points in 36 minutes, and he wasn't great in the first half. I mean, he did pass it to a ghost. I don't know if he's seeing things, if he's fucking on drugs, but he's passing it to people who don't exist, that aren't there. Maybe he saw somebody in another dimension. I don't know what it was, but he passed the ball. He looked, and then he threw the ball to the ref, who does not play, as far as I know, and then he blamed his teammate. Like, bitch, that's like the first rule of basketball. You don't pass the ball to somebody who's not ready, especially somebody who doesn't play. So you got to take some responsibility there. But he balled out. He came through when his team needed him, and I got to give him credit for that. Do I hate his hair? Absolutely, I hate his hair. His braids suck. Steph, Paul George, please get rid of the braids immediately. It's a problem. It makes my chest hurt, and I don't like looking at it. Children cry when they see your braids, so please get rid of them immediately. It'll make the world a better place. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot to say, people. The game was ugly, to be honest. Both games were ugly for different reasons. The first game was just a straight up beating. I felt like I was watching somebody just get the shit beat out of them on the street. It was bad. I had to turn it off after a little bit into the fourth quarter, because even though I was enjoying the stupid look on Steph Curry's face when he just knew that his team was getting fucking destroyed, I loved it, and I ate every bit of it up. But, you know, eventually it just starts to become pathetic, and I had to turn it off. So that was ugly for that reason. But the second game with the Lakers and the Clippers was just messy. Like, people looked a little bit lost on offense. I mean, fucking LeBron and AD didn't even really play when they needed to play. There, you could tell people are on minutes restrictions. People are missing open layups. People are turning the fucking ball over. People can't make shots. It's like, fuck, bro. Am I watching a goddamn rec game? Like, what is this? You're supposed to be a fucking professional. You can't make a layup? What am I paying for? I didn't pay shit. But yeah, I think that's it. I think this video is long enough. Oh, I am very excited for this Suns-Mavericks game tomorrow. I can tell you that. I think these are two teams that are taking the regular season a little bit more seriously, hopefully, especially because the Suns have not made the fucking playoffs in I don't even know how long. So I think they give a shit. And the Mavericks, I'm sure they're ready to go too. So MVP battle? I think so. I think Devin Booker is a solid MVP dark horse. Nobody else is really saying that, and I find that to be disrespectful. So I think that's going to be a great game. Best game of the night, by far. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to end the video here. Yeah, this video is pretty ignorant, but this is how I am. So, you know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.